shit, I'm on the floor dead. Somebody bring me back to life.
These were the words of 50 Cent as he mocked Diddy over his recent multi-million-dollar lawsuit. This comes after Bad Boy Entertainment founder was dragged to court by his former producer, Lil Rod, over staggering claims that would make anyone's skin crawl. When it comes to 50 Cent and Sean Diddy Combs, the tension has been simmering for years. So it comes to no surprise that 50 wasted no time in seizing that opportunity to mock his longtime rival in the wake of Lil Rod's shocking lawsuit. Former record producer Rodney Jones Jr., going by the name Lil Rod, has sued Diddy, the billionaire entrepreneur and music mogul, for sexual abuse. Sean Combs, better known as Diddy, now faces a major scandal that could tarnish his reputation with a new $30 million lawsuit. Lil Rod took legal action against the rapper following a GoFundMe campaign aimed at seeking justice for unpaid royalties and addressing the alleged misconduct. Known for his quick wit and sharp tongue, 50 went on social media to make light of the situation. In a now-deleted Instagram post, he shared a screenshot of an article detailing Lil Rod's lawsuit against Diddy. The post was accompanied by a lot of laughing emojis where 50 Cent added his own sarcastic comment. Typical move by the G-Unit leader, who's never been one to shy away from controversy. But 50's taunting didn't stop there. He also posted photos of Diddy with Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather, where it appeared as though they were just about to share a kiss. In this post, 50 clearly insinuated that he was probably right about his suspicions concerning Diddy and how he could be involved in unholy dealings with his employees and other famous artists.
We're back with new allegations of sexual harassment and assault against Sean Diddy Combs. Rodney Lil Rod Jones, a producer on Combs' latest album.
In this recent $30 million lawsuit against Diddy, Lil Rod not only accused him of abuse, but also involved several other defendants, such as Diddy's son, Justin, his chief of staff, Christina Coram, and the CEO of Universal Music Group, Sir Lucian Grange. He claims that Coram was acting as Diddy's accomplice, grooming him to make him more susceptible to the alleged inappropriate behavior. Now, the lawsuit also extends the allegations to Motown Records, Love Records, and Universal Music Group, using the legal concept of a RICO enterprise. This means that these companies are accused of being part of a criminal organization that failed to oversee, warn, or control Diddy and his associates, allowing the alleged abuse to happen. Now, interestingly, Lil Rod is the first man to publicly accuse Diddy of sexual harassment and assault. In his lawsuit, Lil Rod alleges that Diddy repeatedly groped him without consent and sexually assaulted him under the influence of drugs. The former employee also accused Diddy of forcing him to participate in sexual acts with prostitutes, which Diddy allegedly enjoyed watching. Jones says that he has evidence to back that up in the form of hundreds of hours of video recordings that show Diddy's serious illegal activity. Lil Rod also claims Diddy's behavior wasn't only tolerated, but also encouraged by some people, such as record executive Ethiopia Habtemariam, who tried to downplay it as harmless fun. To get a clear picture of what happened, let's go back to when it started. This all kicked off in August 2022. Rodney Jones Jr. started working with Diddy in his R&B album, the Love Album, Off the Grid. Now, that album was a huge success, even getting a Grammy nomination when it came out in September 2023. Now, the rapper, however, turned down this invite to the 24 Grammy Awards despite being nominated for the first time in 20 years. His refusal to attend that event caught 50's attention, who immediately threw jabs at him. In a Graham comment, the G-Unit leader taunted Diddy to go to the awards even though the latter wouldn't be getting any trophy. As for Rodney Jones, this was where things started to go downhill. He goes on to say that his life was ruined by his collaboration with Diddy on the album. Rodney worked on 9 tracks for Diddy's album, without any formal agreement or documentation. He spent 13 months on the project and expected to get his fair share of publishing, royalties, and payment. However, Diddy only offered him a paltry sum of $29,000, when Rodney was ready to settle for a modest $50,000, along with his publishing and royalties. Even this wasn't forthcoming. Diddy's refusal to pay royalties prompted Lil Rod to launch a GoFundMe account so that he could pay the required legal fees to prosecute this rapper. That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Jones also alleges Combs forced him to engage in unwelcome acts with workers and that Combs and his staff engaged in, quote, serious illegal activity.
From August 2022 to sometime in 23, Lil Rod claims to have been subjected to unwanted and unauthorized contact by Diddy for over a year, according to his lawsuit. He says that this happened at various places, such as Diddy's homes in Florida, LA, and New York, and even on a yacht that he rented on the U.S. Virgin Islands. He stresses that he never consented to any of this contact, and that it was very traumatic for him. Rodney also says that the hip-hop mogul didn't stop at assaulting and harassing him, but rather, his associates were all in on it. He claimed that Diddy touched his genitals and anus without his consent. Not cool, man, and would also expose himself to him. Dude, according to him, Lil Rod thinks that these actions were part of a grooming process, which was why Diddy tried to downplay his behavior by calling it playful. He also says that Diddy forced him to watch this tape of producer Stevie J and another dude, and even attached a screenshot of that tape to his lawsuit.
In terms of allegations of celebrities, we're talking about Cuba Gooding Jr. being shown through still photos of what the complainant says they have videos of groping him.
So this lawsuit went on to state that the alleged abuse was not just a one-time thing. For example, there was this incident on a yacht trip where Diddy introduced the producer to actor Cuba Gooding Jr. Lil Rod said that Cuba would then violate his personal space and touch and grab different parts of his body. He names off these parts as the legs, inner thighs, lower back near the buttocks, and even shoulders. In addition to this, Lil Rod exposed that he was sexually assaulted by a female cousin of Diddy's girlfriend, Young Miami. And this is on top of him having to watch that with Stevie J and another person. And it gets worse. This guy had to work in Diddy's bathroom while the star was taking a shower all naked and visible through the glass. Lil Rod will also accuse Diddy of more than just sexual abuse. He claims that Diddy not only touched him inappropriately, but would also threaten him. And to add to this whole mess, Diddy would boast about shooting people in the past and warned him of physical harm if he didn't do what he wanted. 1999 would be a year where Diddy committed a nasty crime. Allegedly, the rapper privately confessed involvement in a nightclub shooting. This was an incident where he faced and ultimately, but surprisingly nonetheless, overcame gun possession and bribery charges against Jones. Moreover, Jones would paint a picture of Diddy as someone who flaunted immense power in the music world and his connections with law enforcement. Such behavior, according to Jones, could have cultivated an atmosphere of fear and intimidation among those around him. Let's not forget to add that the producer describes the rapper as forceful and commanding. Equally disturbing are Jones's claims regarding the presence of underage girls and sex workers at Diddy's house parties, where he alleges witnessing the star spiking their drinks. Additionally, Jones states that he was tasked with recruiting sex workers from Miami's nightlife scene, hinting at a troubling pattern of exploitation. February 2022 was Lil Rod's own harrowing experience. The producer has come out to reveal that he was drugged, only to wake up disoriented and undressed in a bed with Diddy and two workers. While these allegations are no doubt shocking, Jones isn't the only one who has spoken out against Diddy as an employee. There's no denying the fact that Diddy's known for his success in music and business. Let's put that aside. However, his reputation has been tarnished by allegations of abuse from other former employees and the less than favorable work conditions that they had to endure while working for him. Every one of these employees, including chefs, nannies, company employees, and even bodyguards, would show a contrast between his success and his behavior. They've also filed lawsuits against him, claiming that they faced harassment, abuse, and poor working conditions. Among his former bodyguards, we have Roger Bonds and Gene Deal, who've shared their disturbing experiences with Diddy. Bonds came out to say that he saw Diddy attack his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, in a car and at his house. The bodyguard would go on to say that there was one time where Ventura was brutally kicked in the face. According to Bonds, he tried to help her and defuse the situation, but was unsuccessful. The assault, however, didn't end there. When they got home, Cassie attempted to run away to avoid him, but he followed her and just kicked her in the face before she was escorted into the house, where she threw up from the assault. Bonds had to make a video where he expressed his anger and disappointment, saying that he was tired of hiding everything. Gene Deal, on the other hand, said that he saw Diddy hit his late wife, Kim Porter, who died of pneumonia in 2018, several times. He also mentioned one time where she couldn't take it anymore and had no choice but to fight back with a corkscrew that slashed the rapper's wrists. In 2017, Diddy faced a lawsuit from his former personal chef, Cindy Rueda, who accused him of sexual harassment and unfair labor practices. Cindy started working for Diddy in January 2015 and later became a full-time employee. However, she received a lot less pay than she deserved for all her hard work. In her words, She said that she worked a 9 a.m. to midnight or even sometimes 2:30 a.m. only to get $150. And as his then personal chef, Cindy also had to accompany Diddy and his family on several trips, but got no extra pay for it. Crux of the suit, however, was allegations that Diddy made inappropriate remarks and actions toward her while she worked long hours for low pay. She went on to say that he would ask her to prepare meals during or after his sexual encounters. She went on to say that Diddy would even question her about her attraction towards him while he was naked. Diddy's representatives have rejected all these allegations and called Rueda a dissatisfied employee. Nevertheless, the lawsuit was settled in 2019. 2021, another lawsuit was filed by his former nanny, Janie Rowe, who looked after his twin daughters following the death of their mother. She alleged that she was wrongfully terminated because of her unexpected pregnancy, which Diddy considered unsuitable for his children. The lawsuit explained how Rowe was initially invited to continue as a nanny after Kim Porter's passing, with assurances of financial and medical benefits. However, Rowe said that Diddy changed his attitude when he found out about her pregnancy and became verbally abusive. She further claimed that the rapper withdrew his promises and eventually fired her. But that's not all. Back in 1998, Francesca Spetto, an executive at Bad Boy Entertainment, the record label founded by Diddy, started working for the famous rapper and producer. She would also play a key role in launching his career and building his brand. Jump forward to 2010. This would bring news of Sparrow's shocking dismissal from her job. She alleged that Diddy had fired her because of her age and health issues, which he considered a liability for his company. For this, she filed a lawsuit seeking damages for age discrimination and breach of contract. Diddy's lawyer, on the other hand, rejected those accusations and said they were baseless and false. He claimed that Sparrow was let go for legitimate business reasons and not because of her personal characteristics. Now, the case was eventually settled out of court in 2011, with Diddy paying Sparrow an undisclosed amount of money. But it is speculated that settlement was to the tune of millions of dollars. It also appears that Diddy Combs over here was racist in his own way. 2017, no less than a group of 5 ex-employees of Revolt TV, a TV station owned by the rapper himself, filed a lawsuit against him and his company. They also alleged that they were wrongfully terminated from their jobs because of their age and race, as they belonged to the older and white demographic. In the lawsuit, they claimed that they've been working as producers on various shows, including the popular Howard Stern show. The former employees went on to accuse Diddy and his staff of engaging in reverse racism toward him. They also claimed that they faced a hostile work environment, where the executive vice president of Revolt TV would act rudely and condescendingly toward the Caucasian staff members, while ignoring or showing preference for the African American ones, even though they regularly came to work drunk or hungover. These employees also said that they were excluded from important meetings and events, and were eventually replaced by younger and less experienced employees. So they would look for compensation for the damages they suffered due to the discrimination and breach of contract. It therefore goes without saying that Mr. Diddy Combs is no stranger to lawsuits alleging assault and sexual harassment. However, while Diddy's troubles have been mounting lately, the real bombshell came from his former flame, Cassie.
And we have more breaking news. Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is accused of rape. A lawsuit by R&B singer Cassie claims that she was in a years-long relationship with Combs that also involved beatings.
Singer Cassie Ventura, going by the stage name Cassie, shocked the music world by suing her ex-partner Diddy for a decade of horrific abuse. Now, the lawsuit accused Diddy of raping, beating, and forcing Cassie into trafficking. 2018, Diddy forcefully raped Cassie when she tried to end their relationship, as revealed in the legal documents. This is just one of many other episodes of domestic violence that left the singer traumatized. Cassie decided to break her silence after years of living in fear and pain. She said that she wanted to tell her story and stand up for other women who've experienced similar forms of abuse. Now, the lawsuit was filed just before the deadline of New York's Adult Survivors Act, which could suggest that Cassie was determined to pursue justice before it was too late. The singer also accused Diddy of manipulating and controlling every aspect of her life, from her career to her personal choices. 2005 was when Cassie met Diddy. According to the lawsuit, she was only 19 at the time and he was 37. She then went on to sign a contract with his label, Bad Boy Records, and he also offered to be her mentor. However, the lawsuit claimed that Diddy soon started to exert total control over her, allegedly limiting her freedom and autonomy. During that time, Cassie had a boyfriend, and Diddy was also in a public relationship with someone else. By 2007, things changed as the lawsuit alleged that Diddy started making romantic advances toward Cassie. And owing to the power the rapper wielded in the entertainment world, Cassie felt the pressure and probably thought she had no choice but to accept his advances. The lawsuit would detail the alleged tactics that Diddy used to manipulate Cassie,
describing in detail sex trafficking allegations in which Combs would force Cassie to take drugs, wear masks, and perform sex acts on other men so he could watch.
Diddy constantly supplied her with large quantities of drugs, which contributed to her documented substance abuse problem. It also alleged that he controlled her finances, her housing, her car, making her dependent on him for everything. Diddy's manipulation went beyond his direct influence, and he would also have his management companies control all aspects of Cassie's life. In addition to this, the financial dependence along with the drug use made Cassie just numb to all the abuse and completely obedient to Diddy's wishes. The scandal also revealed trafficking, showing Diddy forcing Cassie to participate in encounters with other people, which he called freak-offs. Cassie claimed that she felt anxious and scared before these events. So, to calm her nerves, Diddy was always ready to load her up with a bunch of drugs that he would force her to take, because according to him, he must have his show, whether she likes it or not. Let's not forget to mention the fact that Diddy also used threats and intimidation to keep her under his control. Whenever Cassie attempted to leave the relationship and run away from this guy, the rapper would always hire his employees to find and coerce her into coming back. He would always threaten to ruin her career if she refused. 2011, Cassie briefly dated another rapper, Kid Cudi, and she had no clue what Diddy had in store for her then. The lawsuit alleges that when Diddy found out about their communication, he became so enraged and just assaulted her even more. This dude was so jealous of their relationship, he just ruthlessly hit her many times on the spot when he saw their emails. And even if she tried to run away, he would just kick her back down. 2012. The love triangle, which involved Cassie, Cudi, and Diddy, still hadn't ended. In a bizarre turn of events, Diddy threatened to blow up Cudi's car, and astonishingly, that car did explode shortly after. Following all this abuse, Cassie decided to leave Diddy for good a few years later. September 2018, after having dinner to talk about their breakup, Diddy forced his way into her house and raped her. With the graphic details of this lawsuit, everyone who caught wind of it was assured Cassie Ventura had a strong case and would most probably win in court. But this was not to be. In a stunning turn of events, singer Cassie Ventura and Diddy decided to settle that lawsuit just one day after she sued him for his decade of horrific abuse. While the terms of the settlement remained confidential, Cassie issued a statement saying that she wanted to put the matter behind her peacefully. Following this announcement, 50 Cent again made his opinion known in a now deleted Instagram post. And like you might have guessed, it was to make fun of Diddy for how the latter quickly jumped at such an easy way out of the allegations. In his words,
He paid that money real quick. Should have done it before the sharks saw the blood in the water, and here they come. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Every woman he put his hand on.
Nevertheless, this hurried call for an out-of-court settlement and the hushed nature it took left everyone leaning toward the possibility that Mr. Combs here might just be guilty of all these allegations after all. Most especially since the rapper has been sued by 2 additional women who claim to have been inspired by Cassie's lawsuit.
Sean Diddy Combs has been hit with another lawsuit just as he settles his first. This time, Joy Dickerson Neal claims she was a victim of sexual assault by the musician in 1991.
Jumping back to 91, Joy Dickerson Neal, one of the women who filed a lawsuit against celebrity rapper Diddy Combs, recounts the traumatic event that took place that year. According to her, Diddy drugged her before going on to assault her and then film her without consent. During that time, Dickerson Neal was a student at Syracuse University. It all started with her agreement to an innocent dinner date with Diddy during a school break. While on this date, she briefly left her drink unattended. Upon returning, she claims that Diddy pressured her to smoke from a blunt and it was after this that her memory becomes a little fragmented. But she can recall Diddy bringing her to his house and then assaulting her. The alleged drugging made her incapable of resisting or protecting herself. Dickerson Neal had no idea Diddy recorded his moment with her until much later. She only learned about the existence of that footage days after from a friend, Devontae Swing, of the R&B group Jodeci. And when she questioned Swing about how widely the video had been circulated, his response indicated that everyone had seen it. While Dickerson Neal didn't report the crime to the police right away, she said that she did so later with some unknown agencies in New York and New Jersey. She also cooperated with prosecutors, who told her that she needed more evidence to back up her claim. Joy Dickerson Neal's lawsuit, however, revealed a major hurdle that many of Diddy's victims face: fear. Potential witnesses were too scared of Diddy's revenge and the ruining of their careers, making it hard for her to get the necessary help for her case. The attack, however, left her scarred, causing her to isolate herself, sink into depression, and even drop out of college.
A complaint filed today and obtained by CNN accuses Combs of trafficking and gang rape. The accuser says it happened when she was just 17 years old.
December 6th, 2023, a woman going by the name of Jane Doe has filed a lawsuit against Diddy and 2 other men, accusing him of raping her in 2003. As proof that the woman was a known acquaintance of the rapper, the lawsuit also featured a photo of Diddy and the anonymous woman. Jane Doe claimed that Diddy, his longtime producing partner Harv Pierre, and another unknown man were involved in trafficking and gang. The victim claimed that Pierre was responsible for bringing women to Diddy's studio in New York, where they allegedly drugged and pumped alcohol into Miss Doe until she was unable to give consent. The lawsuit further alleges that Miss Doe was assaulted by Diddy, then by the other unknown man, and then by Pierre.
In the other complaint, an anonymous woman says that Combs and another man raped her and a friend in 1990 or 91 after meeting at an MC8 Records event.
2023, another woman, also choosing to stay anonymous, files a lawsuit against Diddy and R&B singer Aaron Hall. She accused them of assaulting her and her friend after an industry event in 90 and 91. The lawsuit would also say that Diddy tried to silence them by showing up at their home a few days later and strangling the woman until she lost consciousness. The woman and her friend had attended an MCA Records event. After the event, all 4 parties involved went to Hall's apartment, where they were offered drinks and forced to engage in activities against their wishes. The woman claims that Diddy her while Hall was a friend. She also stated that her and her friend only regained their freedom after they managed to escape from the apartment. Now, despite the numerous lawsuits and allegations against Sean Diddy Combs, none of them ever stuck. And with this recent lawsuit against the rapper and record producer Rodney Jones Jr., previous incidents and allegations are being revisited once again. Diddy's response to these recent developments is no different from previous times. His lawyer, Sean Holy, also said in a statement that Lil Rod was only a common liar who was looking for an underdeserved payday by shamelessly filing a $30 million lawsuit against his former boss. Holy further said that he had indisputable and conclusive proof that his claims were all lies. He said everything Lil Rod said was pure fiction to garner headlines. Holy didn't stop there. He went to shed the light on Lil Rod's lawyer. They had tried to share proof of the assault case being false, but his lawyer refused to turn their calls and ignored them. While Diddy hasn't responded to any trolling from other celebs, including 50 Cent, he's denied all of Lil Rod's accusations. In his words, which he posted on the gram, he says,
"Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I've sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy. Sickening accusations have made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth. Sean Diddy Combs."